YouTube, what it do, and what it don't do, man. It's your boy Self-Conscious, and I'm tapping in with a quick pre-recorded video. Y'all already know what time it is, Trump train. I need y'all to help support me and the channel. Support me and the channel. Question and answer. Let's go.
President-elect Donald Trump, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here. You are the first president since Grover Cleveland to win non-consecutive terms. Republicans now have control of the House and the Senate.
Right.
What do you plan to accomplish in your first 100 days in office?
Well, we're going to do something with the border, very strong, very powerful. That'll be our first signal, and the first signal to America that we're not playing games. We have people coming in by the millions, as you know, and a lot of people shouldn't be here. Most of them shouldn't be here, but we have jails being emptied into our country. We have mental institutions from all over the world being emptied into our country. So we'll be doing that. We're going to be extending within that period, or as soon as we can, the Trump tax cuts, because, you know, they're coming due and they're very substantial for people. And it would be very, I think it will anger a lot of people, frankly, if we don't get an extension of that. That's what led us to one of the greatest economies ever. And those two things are going to be very vital, very important. We're going to be focusing on crime in the cities. And we'll work with Democrat governors. Most of them are, as you know, if you look at the 25 worst places, they're just about all Democrat-controlled cities and states. And we're going to be working with Democrat governors and Democrat mayors. And I look forward to doing it, but we have to do something about crime, and mostly in our cities. And we're going to have a lot of other things. We'll be working on nominations. We're going to still be working on some nominations. I think they're going very well. We have, for the most part, I think they're going extremely well. It looks like Peter's doing well now. I mean, people were a little bit concerned. He's a young guy with a tremendous track record, actually. Went to Princeton and went to Harvard. He was a good student at both, but he loves the military, and I think people are starting to see it. So we'll be working on his nomination along with a lot of others.
We are going to delve into your nominations, but since you bring him up, do you still have confidence in Pete Hegseth?
Yes, I do. I really do. He's a very smart guy. I've known him through Fox, but I've known him for a long time. And he's basically a military guy. I mean, every time I talk to him, all he wants to talk about is the military. He's a military guy. I used to kid him about it. I didn't think we'd be in this position where he may be, hopefully will be Secretary of Defense. But every time I was with him, he was fighting for soldiers, where he said some soldier was unjustly put in prison because really doing what they were taught to do, in some cases. So, yeah, I think he's going to do fine.
The fact that there are these allegations against him, misconduct, sexual misconduct, heavy drinking, the fact that he said to some senators reportedly he'll stop drinking if he gets this job, does that worry you?
No, I think that everybody has something that they can stop. Some people can stop eating. I'm lucky I'm not a drinker, but I could stop eating. And we all want to stop doing something. And if he said that, I mean, it's a nice thing to say. It's a good thing to say. But he's very respected. I can tell you, I know a lot of the people at Fox, they think he's fantastic. And the people that work with him, really, they love him. So I think you're going to have somebody that's really terrific. And again, all he talked about with me, I said, you know, you're not really a television guy, even though he did very well, as you know. You're really a military guy. He said, I'm all about the military. And I told him, so he's making a lot of money at Fox. They're doing very well. And I said, you know, if for some reason you don't get this thing, you're not going to be able to go back. and all that money you're making, you can kiss it goodbye. He said, this is all about America. You know, he didn't say, well, let me think about it, let me discuss it. That's a very big, risky thing he's doing. When he goes and he says, I'm going to give up, millions of dollars in order to possibly become the Secretary of Defense. A lot of people would say it's a great position. It's probably almost no greater position, but a lot of people would say, I have to think about it. He said, I don't have to think about it.
All right, we're going to delve into your cabinet case a little bit later, but I want to delve into one of your signature promises on the campaign trail, which was to end inflation, to lower prices. You are now proposing tariffs against the United States' three biggest trading partners. Economists of all stripes say that ultimately consumers pay the price of tariffs.
I don't believe it.
Can you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee tomorrow. But I can say that if you look at just pre-COVID, we had the greatest economy in the history of our country. And I had a lot of tariffs on a lot of different countries, but in particular China, we took in hundreds of billions of dollars, and we had no inflation. In fact, when I handed it over, they didn't have inflation for a year and a half. They went almost 2 years, just based on what I had created. And then they created inflation with energy and with spending too much. So I think I'm a big believer in tariffs. I think tariffs are the most beautiful word. I think they're beautiful. It's going to make us rich. We're subsidizing Canada to the tune of over $100 billion a year. We're subsidizing Mexico for almost $300 billion. We shouldn't be subsidizing. Why are we subsidizing these countries? If we're going to subsidize them, let them become a state. We're subsidizing Mexico, and we're subsidizing Canada, and we're subsidizing many countries all over the world. And all I want to do is I want to have a level, fast, but fair playing field.
Sir, your previous tariffs, first administration, cost Americans some $80 billion, and now you have major companies from Walmart, Black & Decker, AutoZone, saying that any tariffs are going to force them to drive up prices for their consumers. How do you make sure that these CEOs, that these companies don't in fact pass on the cost of tariffs to their consumers?
They cost Americans nothing. They made a great economy for us. They also solve another problem. If we were going to have problems having to do with wars and having to do with other things, tariffs, I have stopped wars with tariffs by saying, you guys want to fight, it's great, but both of you are going to pay tariffs to the United States at 100%. And they have many purposes, tariffs, if properly used. I don't say you use them like a madman. I say properly used. But it didn't cost this country anything. It made this country money, and we never really got the chance to go all out because we had to fight COVID in the last part, and we did it very successfully. And when I handed it over to Biden, the market was higher than what it was just previous to COVID coming in. It was actually higher. Tariffs are properly used, are a very powerful tool, not only economically, but also for getting other things outside of economics.
Well, again, prices did go up on some goods in your first administration, washing machines, tires. Will you punish CEOs?
Let me just explain to you. No, you mentioned washing machines. So you look at Whirlpool in Ohio. I got a call from Jim Jordan, one of the greats, congressman from Ohio. And he said, they're going out of business because South Korea and China are washing machines into our country. And I put a 50% tariff on the washing machines coming in from China and South Korea. And Whirlpool and the companies that made washing machines, which are based in Ohio, largely based in Ohio, went through the roof. We saved thousands of jobs, tens of thousands of jobs. They were all going out of business because they were dumping washing machines. And when I put the tariffs on, they became successful businesses. No, it didn't. Not only didn't it cost people, it made our country stronger and more powerful, and it kept jobs.
But how do you make sure that
You're not a child, you're a man. So stop so many layers to go outside and get the Bearskin Tactical Hoodie 4.0, the 10-pocket tactical micro fleece hoodie that blocks wind, repels rain, and regulates heat for incredible comfort wherever you are.
that consumers don't wind up paying more. Will you punish CEOs who try to pass the cost of tariffs onto their customers?
Well, the market's going to take care of it. I mean, actually, the market takes care of it. And if it doesn't, we adjust it somewhat. But in the case of Whirlpool, or let's say companies that made washing machines, they were all being put out of business by the dumping from, in particular, South Korea and China. And when I put the tariffs on, very substantial tariffs, well, peanuts compared to what people do to us, what countries do to us, it became a very, very powerful, successful company. Let's say I didn't do the tariffs. It would have gone out of business. You would have lost tens of thousands of jobs. And you don't include that in your equation. No, they make a lot of money. I'll go a step further. Tariffs are going to make our country rich. Tariffs are going to help us pay off $35 trillion in debt. Tariffs are going to make our country safe, because China, as an example, doesn't want to play games with us if we're going to do tariffs on them. They don't want to play games. And we have a lot of games being played on us right now.
Well, I think, and that takes me to my next question. Yeah. Are you actually going to impose these tariffs, or are you a negotiating tactic?
Well, I'll give you an example. With Canada, and in particular Mexico, we have millions of people pouring into our country. You agree with that? I spoke with both. I spoke with Justin Trudeau. In fact, he flew to Mar-a-Lago within about 15 seconds after the call. And it was at Mar-a-Lago, we were having dinner talking about it. I said, you have to close up your borders, because they're coming in the northern border too a lot. Not like the southern border, but they're coming in the Canadian border a lot. And drugs are pouring in. Almost as importantly, drugs are pouring in, maybe more importantly, drugs are pouring in at levels never seen before, 10 times what we had. They're just pouring in. We can't have open borders. And I said to the president of Mexico and to Justin Trudeau, if it doesn't stop, I'm going to put tariffs on your country at about 25%. That's a very substantial tariff. And in the case of, in both cases, but in the case where it was really visible, within 10 minutes after that phone call, we noticed that the people coming across the border, the southern border, had to do with Mexico, they were at a trickle, just a trickle. It was, in fact, I call the border, see, like my opponent, I do call the border a lot. And I said, how's the border looking today? They said, there's nobody here. They couldn't believe it. The military stopped these vast groups of people. You know, we call them caravans, but they're caravans of people, and they largely stopped them. Now, they're going to have to continue that, but if they don't continue, and the other thing I told them is no more drugs, and I told that to China too. I had to deal with President Xi. Had the election been different, I'm going to be very nice, because we don't have to get into an argument over 2020, but had the election been different, the result been different, we would have had China giving the maximum penalty, which is the penalty of death, to people that sent fentanyl into this country, but didn't, unfortunately, finish that discussion up. I had an agreement with President Xi, who I got along with very well. We've had communication as recently as this week, and I had communication with him where they were going to give the death penalty to anybody sending drugs into the United States.
This week you had that conversation.
Not that conversation, but I had other conversations. But in the past, I've had that conversation.
Let me ask you about another aspect of the economy, sir, the minimum wage. The federal minimum wage has been $7.25 since 2009. There are 20 states that still have the federal minimum wage at $7.25, and I actually have a map. 19 of these states actually voted for you, sir. Mm-hmm. And you can see it right here. I don't know if you remember this, but during the debate in 2020, I asked you if you would raise the minimum wage. You said you would consider it. And so my question for you is, now that you are going back to the White House, for these 19 states that voted for you, are you going to raise the federal minimum wage? It's a very
low number. I agree, it's a very low number. Let me give you the downside, though. Yeah. In California, they raised it up to a very high number. And your restaurants are going out of business all over the place. The population is shrinking. It's had a very negative impact. But there is a level at which you could do it, absolutely. Yeah.
What is that level?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I can say this. You have a lot of businesses that are open and thriving because of the lower minimum wage. If you raise it too much, and you understand this, if California went crazy, they went crazy. And people, the restaurants are closing, all of them. Many more people are hurt.
So I hear you saying, similarly to sort of what you said in 2020, will you consider this is something you're going to look at?
Speak to the governor. And the other thing that's very complicated about minimum wages is places are so different. Mississippi and Alabama and great places are very different than New York or California. I mean, in terms of the cost of living and other things. So it would be nice to have just a minimum wage for the whole country, but it wouldn't work because you have places where it's very inexpensive to live, where a minimum wage, which is $8 or $9, might be, might have very little effect because the cost of living in certain places is really low.
Before we move on to immigration, which I do want to talk about, the chairman of the he will not leave his post even if you ask him to.
No, I don't think so. I don't see it, but I don't. I think if I told him to, he would. But if I asked him to, he probably wouldn't. But if I told him to, he would.
You don't have plans to do that right now?
No, I don't.
Okay, let's talk about mass deportation, one of your big agenda items. You've talked about prioritizing people who have criminal histories.
Correct.
But is it your plan to deport everyone who is here illegally over the next 4 years?
Well, I think I have to do it, and it's a very tough thing to do. But you have to have, you have rules, regulations, laws. They came in illegally. The people that have been treated very unfairly are the people that have been online for 10 years to come into the country. And we're going to make it very easy for people to come in terms of they have to pass the test. They have to be able to tell you what the Statue of Liberty is. They have to tell you a little bit about our country. They have to love our country. They can't come out of prisons. We don't want people that are in for murder. So we had 11,000 and 13,000 different estimates, 13,099 murderers released into our country over the last 3 years. They're walking down the streets, they're walking next to you and your family, and they're very dangerous.
The 13,000 figure, I think, goes back about 40 years.
No, it doesn't. No,
That's
it's within the 3-year period. It's during the Biden term. No, that was a fiction that they put there. This was done by the Border Patrol. It's 13,099, and it's during the Biden period of time. And these are murderers, many of whom murdered more than one person. You don't want those people in this country.
But you're saying something, sir, that's significant. So I just want to make sure I'm clear, which is that you're saying, yes, you're going to focus on the people with criminal histories, but everyone who's here illegally has to go.
I'm saying this. We have to get the criminals out of our country. We have to get people that were taken out of mental institutions and put them back into the mental institution, no matter what country it is. Do you know that Venezuela, their prisons are at the lowest point in terms of emptiness that they've ever been? They're taking their people out of those prisons, the thousands, and they're drunk. And just to get back, because I know exactly what you're getting at. Number one, we're doing criminals, and we're going to do them really rapidly. We're getting the worst gang probably with MS-13, and the Venezuelan gangs are the worst in the world. They're vicious, violent people. And you see what they've done in Colorado and other places. They're taking over, literally taking over apartment complexes and doing it with impunity. They don't care. They just are, they're in the real estate business.
The local police say that is not the case in Colorado.
Oh, it's totally the case. I mean, I
believe the local police.
I used to play it at my rallies every single night. No, they're breaking into doors, they're taking over the building.
But sir, you
and by the way,
raised the point.
The police are afraid to do anything.
You raised the point that the logistics are complicated. You said yourself you would
everything's complicated.
You need 24 times more ICE detention capacity just to deport 1 million people per year, not to mention more agents, more judges, more planes. Is it realistic to deport everyone who's
here illegally?
You have no choice.
First of all, they're costing us a fortune. But we're starting with the criminals, and we got to do it. And then we're starting with others, and we're going to see how it goes.
Who are the others?
Others are other people outside of criminals. We have convicted murders. And we don't mean people that are even on trial. We have people that have murdered numerous people are on our streets and in our farms, and we have to get them out of our country.
What about dreamers, sir? Dreamers who were brought to this country illegally as children. You said once back in 2017, they, quote, shouldn't be very worried about being deported. Should they be worried now?
Brightspeed is giving new customers free fiber internet for 3 months. Save some cash while you stream, game, and surf your way through the season. Hey.
For a limited time, get Brightspeed Fiber Internet free for 3 months. Terms apply.
I will work.
The dreamers are going to come later, and we have to do something about the dreamers because these are people that have been brought here at a very young age, and many of these are middle-aged people now. They don't even speak the language of their country. And yes, we're going to do something about the
What does
dreamers.
that mean?
And
What are you going to do?
I will work with the Democrats on a plan, and if we can come up with a plan, but the Democrats have made it very, very difficult to do anything. Republicans are very open to the dreamers. The dreamers, we're talking many years ago, they were brought into this country, many years ago. Some of them are no longer young people, and in many cases, they become successful. They have great jobs. In some cases, they have small businesses. Some cases, they might have large businesses. And we're going to have to do something with them. And
You want them to be able to stay. That's what you're saying.
I do. I want to be able to work something out. And it should have been able to be worked out over the last 3 or 4 years. And it never got worked out. You know, Biden could have done it because he controlled, Congress to a certain extent, right? He could have done something, but they didn't do it. I never understood why, because they always seem to want to do it, but then when it comes down to it, they don't. I think we can work with the Democrats and work something out.
Let me ask you about another group of people, the estimated 4 million families in America who have mixed immigration status. So I'm talking about parents who might be here illegally, but the kids are here legally. Your borders are.
You're talking about separation.
Yeah, well, there are two aspects to this. Your border czar, Tom Homan, said they can be deported together.
Correct.
Is that the plan?
Well, that way you keep well, I don't want to be breaking up families, so the only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together and you have to send them all back.
Even kids who are here legally?
Well, what you going to do if they want to stay with the father? Look, we have to have rules and regulations. You can always find something out like, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. I'll tell you what's going to be horrible. When we take a wonderful young woman who's with a criminal and they show the woman, and she could stay by the law, but they show the woman being taken out, or they want her out, and your cameras are focused on her as she's crying, as she's being taken out of our country, and then the public turns against us. But we have to do our job, and you have to have a series of standards and a series of laws, and in the end, look, our country is a mess. We have the highest crime rate, and during the debate, a man whose ratings have gone way down, David Muir, said to me, no, crime is, because I had to debate 3 people, not one. Debating 1 was easy. Debating 3 was actually pretty easy too, if you want to know the truth. But David Muir said, the crime rates have gone down. I said, no, they've gone up. And then the following day, they released the crime rates, and they were way up.
Yeah, and the FBI statistics, you're talking about those FBI statistics.
Well, no, but he gave the wrong answer.
Confusing based on what you're looking at.
But a lot of that is migrant crime.
Let me ask you about another aspect of
Christian,
this.
a lot of it's migrant crime.
Well, let me ask you about another aspect of this that I think a lot of people are really curious about. 3% of the people who are here illegally have criminal histories. But in your first administration, you had the zero tolerance policy, where we did see family separation.
Yeah.
You ended it. The purpose of that, though, to some extent, you talk about this at the time, was deterrent.
You also had it with Obama. You didn't know that.
He didn't have a zero tolerance policy.
And you also know he built the jails for children.
He didn't have a zero tolerance policy.
But in 2014, he built the
I'm
jails.
coming, Baghdad. Let me get situated. I'm coming.
He didn't have a systemic, we're going to separate families. Families were separated when parents were a threat to the kids.
We don't have to separate a
a
family. Excuse me, Kristen.
Yeah.
We don't have to separate families.
Yeah.
We'll send the whole family very humanely back to the country where they came. That way the family's not separated.
So no more family separations. You're not reviving
Well, it
the
depends
zero
on the
tolerance
family.
policy.
The family may decide to say, I'd rather have dad go, and we'll stay here. And in which case they have that option.
But you're not going to revive your zero tolerance policy, which was put in place as a deterrent. Is there any universe where you would bring that back, sir?
We need deterrence. Look, ready? When somebody comes here illegally, they're going out. It's very simple. When they come here illegally, they're going out. Now, if they come here illegally, but their family is here legally, then the family has a choice. The person that came in illegally can go out, or they can all go out together. And that was made very clear by Tom Homan.
At this point in time, planning to revive that zero tolerance policy where kids are
Well, if you call
separated.
that, I'm doing what I just told you I'm going to do. I don't want to send the family out. I don't want to send anybody out. But I'll tell you, we have to, because otherwise we have no country. If we don't have borders, And if we don't have voting, good voting, fair voting, do you know they're still counting votes in San Diego, California? Listen, they're still counting the votes. This is almost 4 weeks. They're still counting the votes. If we don't have fair elections and honest voting and machines that work quickly, you know, if you had paper ballots, every election will be over by 10 o'clock in the evening.
So let me ask you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Let me, before we get
And
to...
you get a much more accurate count.
Before we get to all of that, let me ask you about some of your other promises on this topic. You
Okay.
promised to end birthright citizenship
Yeah.
on day one. Is that still your plan?
Yeah, absolutely.
The 14th Amendment, though, says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an
Well, we're going to
executive
have to
action?
get a change. We'll maybe have to go back to the people, but we have to end it. We're the only country that has it.
Through an executive action?
You know, we're the only country that has it. Do you know, if somebody sets just a foot, 1 foot, you don't need to, on our land, congratulations, you are now a citizen of the United States of America. Yes, we're going to end that because it's ridiculous.
Through executive
You know,
action?
Well, if we can, through executive action. I was going to do it through executive action, but then we had to fix COVID first, to be honest with you. We have to end it. It's ridiculous. Do you know we're the only country in the world that has it? Do you know that? There's
Well,
not one other country.
what about the legal challenge,
You know,
inevitable legal
that's the other
challenges
thing.
that'll
Do you know
come?
we have thousands of judges? Somebody walks onto our land, and we have to now say, welcome to the United States. They could be a criminal or not a criminal. We release them into our country. We release them into our country. Wait just 1 second. And now they get lawyers. And the lawyers are good lawyers. And everybody has a lawyer. And you know how many judges we have? Thousands. Thousands. Now, here's what other countries do. They come into the land and they say, I'm sorry, you have to go. And they take them out.
Come on, guys, hit that like button. Let's get these views up, boy. Let's get these views up. Y'all see what's going on. President Trump telling y'all what he about to do. Come on, man. Let's get them likes up. Double tap the screen for the win. Trump train top of the hour. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm about to get dressed. I'll be back in the gym.
But just so you, because I have a lot of judges. I tell you what, I know more about judges than any human being in history. Look, we have judges. Every time somebody puts 2 feet or even 1 foot on a piece of our land, it's welcome to long-term litigation. Other countries, every other country, when somebody walks on and they see that they're here illegally, they walk them off, they take them back to where they came from. We have to get rid of this system. It's killing our country.
Let's talk about health care. I've been talking to Republican lawmakers on Capitol Hill. They say it's no longer feasible to repeal and replace Obamacare because it's so entrenched in the system. Do you see it that way? Is that now off the table, repealing and replacing?
When John McCain let us down by voting, and Murkowski and Collins and whoever it was that voted against, but they really let us down. They did us a great disservice because we would have had great health. Obamacare is lousy health care. It's very expensive health care for the people. It's also expensive for the country, but for the people, it's lousy health care. When John McCain gave his thumbs down, after saying for 10 years that he wants to repeal and replace, okay? And then he came out, put his now famous thumbs down, and he became a hero to the left. Let me tell you, if we find something better, I would love to do it. But unless we find, but one thing I have to say, I inherited Obamacare, or anything else you want to go, it's got about 20 names, but I inherited it. And I had a decision to make with Health and Human Services. I had a big decision to make. Do I make it as good as we can make it, or do I let it rot? And a lot of political people said, let it rot and let it be a failure. I said, that's not the right thing to do. And I had very good people in the medical area that handled that. And I said, what do you want to do? He said, we really have an obligation to make it as good as we can. And we did. We made it as good as we can make it. Instead of making it bad where everybody would be calling for its repeal, I made it so that it works. Now,
but you did try to overturn it, sir.
You
did try to overturn it. You did have your Justice Department try to direct the Supreme Court to
we got a little bit of opinion, to be honest with you. If it would have been overturned, we would have had better health care right now. But right now, we have something that I could have made the worst of it, and it would have fallen by the wayside. I did the right thing from a human standpoint. But, you know, I'm sort of proud of my decision. At the same time, sometimes I regret it. I told the people, and I gave them the money to do it. I said, fix it, make it work, because people would have suffered. But it's too bad that they voted no. I wish John McCain, I wish he fought for 10 years on replacing Obamacare for 10 years, and then he voted against. Nobody understands.
Sir, you said during the campaign you had concepts of a plan. Do you have an actual plan at this point for healthcare?
Yes, we have concepts of a plan that would be better.
Still just concepts? Do you have a fully developed plan?
Let me explain. We have the biggest healthcare companies looking at it. We have doctors. We're always looking because Obamacare stinks. It's lousy. There are better answers. If we come up with a better answer, I would present that answer to Democrats and to everybody else, and I do something about it. But until we have that, or until they can approve it, but we're not going to go through the big deal. I am the one that says here. I will say, and I did the right thing. I could have done the more political thing and killed it. And all I had to do is starve it to death.
You did try to have your Justice Department effectively kill it, though,
No.
sir.
Kill it from a legal standpoint, but from a physical standpoint, I made it work.
In your concepts of a plan, sir, will...
Are you ready?
Finally, some action. I will destroy your planet. Here we go.
All right, boys, try and keep up.
Sonic 3, rated PG, December 20th.
Stressed out? Time to refresh your rhythm with Travit.
Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping.
Travit Gum, the fresh chew to refresh your rhythm.
Will people with pre-existing conditions still have coverage, and can you guarantee their prices will not go
The
up?
answer is yes. They'll have coverage. You have to have it.
And what about their
Because
prices?
you know what?
What about their prices, sir?
I want the prices to go down. I want to have better health care for less money. And there are ways of doing it, I believe. And I have the smartest people in that world. You know, that's a separate world unto itself. I have the smartest people in that world looking at it and trying. And if they come up with something, I will present it. Now, maybe you won't be able to sell it, but if we get better health care for less money, I believe it's very saleable.
Just very quickly, when will we see your fully developed plan? When are you going to
I
show
don't know
the
that you'll
public
see it at all. I can only say that we have some of the best healthcare people. I've always tinkered with it. I think it's a little hard to explain. Obamacare, when I took it over, was a disaster. And I made it
insured
workable.
20 million people.
Yeah, because of me. Because of me. If you look at what I did, I was
You
the
tried
one.
to-
I made it good.
You
Yeah,
tried to
legally.
repeal and replace it. You tried
Because
to kill
if I
it,
repealed
sir.
it and replaced it, we would have had a better system because we wouldn't have had health care. And Democrats would have been forced to do something. If we wouldn't have had it, the Democrats would have been forced to do something that they wouldn't do if we have it.
Let me ask you about another aspect of healthcare. You talked about this on the campaign trail, IVF. You promised free IVF for all who want it, either through the government or through mandates with insurance companies. I've been hearing from Republican senators, some of them, who say they're not going to support that plan. How are you going to get that passed?
Well, we're going to see. We want them to pay, ideally the insurance companies to pay for it, the fertilization. I came out very early for a Republican especially, and I think they were looking for my guidance, my great wisdom, right? They were looking for it. And I got a call from Katie Britt, who's a terrific person, senator from Alabama. And she said, "Sir, we just had a really negative ruling from a judge in Alabama, conservative judge, that all of these clinics had to be closed." And she said, and she went into great detail, and she said people are devastated over it. And after literally speaking to her for 5 minutes, I issued an order, really an order in a sense. And it was a statement from the Republican Party that we are all for IVF and fertilization, okay? The Alabama legislature met the following day and passed it. It was a beautiful thing to see. And I consider myself to be the father of IVF in a certain way. The Republicans were very strong on the issue.
But, sir, I want to understand where it falls in your priorities. I mean, is this something we can expect to see you try to move on in the first 100
We're going
days?
to be talking about it, and we're going to be seeing. We have a lot of other things. I have tax cuts. we'll be submitting in either the first or second package extension of the tax cut. So that might very well be in there, or it'll come sometime after that.
Let's talk about abortion, sir. You have taken responsibility for overturning Roe v. Wade. You've said that abortion is now a state issue. There are steps that you could take, though, as president to restrict abortion through executive action without Congress. More than half of abortions in this country are medication abortions. Will you restrict the availability of abortion pills when you're in office?
I'll probably stay with exactly what I've been saying for the last 2 years, and the answer is no.
You commit to that?
Well, I commit. I mean, are things change? I think they change. I hate to go on shows like Joe Biden. I'm not going to give my son a pardon. I will not, under any circumstances, give him a pardon. I watched this, and I always knew he was going to give him a pardon, and so I don't like putting myself in a position like that. So things do change, but I don't think it's going to change at all.
Okay. Let's talk about some of your picks to fill out your administration. You named Kash Patel to be the next FBI director. He has a list in his book of 60 people that he calls members of the so-called deep state. It includes Democrats like Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. It includes former members of your cabinet, from Bill Barr to Christopher Wray. You campaigned on destroying the deep state. Do you want Kash Patel to launch investigations into people on that list?
No, I mean, he's going to do what he thinks is right.
Do you think that's right? Do you think that's right, sir?
If they think that somebody was dishonest or crooked or a corrupt politician, I think he probably has an obligation to do it. But
are you going to direct him to do it?
No, not at all. Not at all. People that we have him and we have Pam. And Pam Bondi has been like a rocket ship. She's very popular and very good and very fair. And Kash Patel is fair. I'll tell you, I thought Kash may be difficult because he's, a strong conservative voice. And I don't know of anybody that's not singing his praises. The other day I was watching, and Trey Gowdy, who's a moderate person and very smart and very respected in the party, he's Kash's biggest fan. He said, this is the most misunderstood man in politics. He's great. I guess they worked together on the Russia hoax or something. And Trey Gowdy became a fan. Trey Gowdy, everybody respects him. And, just like him, others also. I don't know of one negative vote. I don't think he's going to have any negative votes.
Is it your expectation, though, that Kash Patel will pursue investigations against your political enemies?
No, I don't think so.
Do you want to see that happen?
If they were crooked, if they did something wrong, if they have broken the law, probably they went after me. They went after me and I did nothing wrong.
Well, let me ask you this. You said President Biden, quote, that you're going to appoint a real special prosecutor to go after Joe Biden. You said that during the campaign.
Where?
You said that on Truth Social, June 12, 2023. I will appoint a real special prosecutor to go after the most corrupt president in the history of the United States, Joe Biden, and the entire Biden crime family. Are you going to do that? Are you going to go after Joe Biden?
I'm really looking to make our country successful. I'm not looking to go back into the past. I'm looking to make our country successful. Retribution will be through success. If we can make this country successful, that would be that would be such a great achievement. Bring it back. We have a country now that's overridden with crime, that has millions of people that shouldn't be here, that should be in prisons in other countries, that should be in mental institutions. We have drug lords being dropped into our country and told never go back to their country. I'm looking to make our country great. I'm looking to bring prices down because, I won on two things, the border, and more than immigration. They like to say immigration. I break it down more to the border, but I won on the border, and I won on groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, who uses the word? I started using the word, the groceries. When you buy apples, when you buy bacon, when you buy eggs, they would double and triple the price over a short period of time. And I won an election based on that. We're going to bring those prices way down.
I want to pause here because what you're saying is significant. Because you wrote on Truth Social in 2023 that you're going to appoint a real special prosecutor to go after Joe Biden. Now you're saying you're not going to do that.
I will say this. No, I'm not doing that unless I find something that I think is reasonable. But that's not going to be my decision. That's going to be Pam Bondi's decision, and to a different extent, Kash Patel. Assuming they're both there, and I think they're both going to get approved. But while you ask me that, what they've done to me with weaponization is a disgrace.
We'll get to some of that.
No, wait. You can't do one without the other. In the history of our country, nothing like this has ever happened. And I've won these cases. I've won every one, and the rest are in the process of being won. Deranged Jack Smith is on his way back to The Hague, where he can execute people. This is where he should have stayed. I think he's dangerous even being there. But I'll tell you what they've done to me in terms of weaponization, indictments, impeachments, and everything else. And in the end, it probably helped me because they got the biggest vote, the most votes any Republican's ever gotten in history.
Pam Bondi talks about investigating the investigators. Do you want her to investigate Jack Smith?
I want her to do what she wants to do.
Do you want to see Jack Smith investigated?
Well, I think he's very corrupt, but I want her to do whatever she has to do.
Are you going to direct her
to
prosecute Jack Smith?
She's a very smart person. She was a great attorney general in Florida. She's very experienced. I want her to do what she wants to do. I'm not going to instruct her to do it now.
Sir. Sir, are you going to fire the current FBI Director, Christopher Wray, who you appointed?
Well, I can't say I'm thrilled with him. He invaded my home. I'm suing the country over it. He invaded Mar-a-Lago. I'm very unhappy with the things he's done. And crime is at an all-time high. Migrants are pouring into the country that are from prisons and from mental institutions, as we've discussed. I can't say I'm thrilled. I don't want to be Joe Biden and give you an answer and then do the exact opposite.
We're going to talk about
so
that.
I'm not going to say is I certainly cannot be happy with him. You take a look at what's happened. And then when I was shot in the ear, he said, oh, maybe it was shrapnel. Where's the shrapnel coming from? Is it coming from heaven? I don't think so. So we need somebody to straighten. I have a lot of respect for the FBI. But the FBI's respect has gone way down over the last number of years.
Don't you have to fire him in order to make room for Kash Patel if he is in fact confirmed?
Well, I mean, it would sort of seem pretty obvious that if Kash gets in, he's going to be taking somebody's place, right? And somebody is the man that you're talking about.
Okay, let's talk about Project 2025. This is the conservative policy blueprint. You disavowed it during the campaign. You called it a product of the radical right. You've said some of their ideas were abysmal.
I said some of it is. Some of it is very good. Some of it's very mainstream, actually. Frankly, the Democrats should have used some of it because they went, with all the transgender that they were doing or with the men playing in women's sports. Well, if they wouldn't have done that, maybe they would have done better.
Well, so you take me to my question. You're now giving people involved in Project 2025 prominent roles in your administration. Are you changing your mind about Project 2025? Is this now the policy blueprint for the second Trump administration?
Some people, if you take a look at the group, it was hundreds of people were involved. And I was actually, I reprimanded the whole group. I said, you shouldn't have placed this document in front of the voters because I have nothing to do with it and I'm the one that's running. You had no right to do this where you put a 1,000-page document in front. And many of those things I disagree with. Now, many of those things I happen to agree with. Many of those things Democrats should have agreed to. And I think they would have done much better in the election because they got slaughtered.
Well, people see the list, Russ Vought, Brendan Carr, Peter Navarro, John Ratcliffe, Pete Hoekstra, and they think these are all the people who were involved in or writing Project 2025. This must be a blueprint for requirements, eliminating the Head Start program, criminalizing pornography. Is that what we can expect to see?
I don't know how they voted. I don't know. I never spoke to them actually about it. And I purposely, and I told you, normally it would be just the opposite. I'd review every page. I purposely didn't even want to see it. Because when somebody like you asked me a question about Project 2025, I can honestly say I've never seen it. I have nothing to do with it. I didn't read it. But I did hear some things in there that I would totally disagree with. And I said to the people that were really the people behind it, you know who those people are, I said, you really had no right doing this to me because they used it as a soundbite, the Democrats. And I don't know, it couldn't have been too effective because they got slaughtered, but they did use it as a soundbite.
But to people who see, he's bringing in all of these people from Project 2025, he must know what it is.
Well,
what?
I don't know what it is, no. I don't know what it is.
You still don't know
but
what
I
it
heard
is? All
certain
these people
things
are
that I
coming
didn't
in
like.
here.
And by the way, I heard certain things that are phenomenal.
Like what?
Like law and order. We want law and order. Okay? Little things like, let's put prisoners in jail. Let's not let people come out and raid every drugstore in Manhattan so that we have to put glass up and every store is going out of business.
Let me ask you about something you've referenced a couple of times in this interview. I asked you last time we sat down for an interview if you were going to pardon yourself. You said no. But now that President Biden has pardoned his son, Hunter, are you reconsidering? Might you pardon yourself?
I didn't do anything wrong. I was given the option. And the lawyers told me, very specific, I don't have to go into who, but very high up in the administration said, sir, if you pardon yourself, you're going to look guilty. And you did nothing wrong. Oh, I had that option. I could have saved myself a lot of legal fees. But it turned out that I was right. Look at what's gone on. Everything's being dropped. I still have a Fonnie Willis, a total hoax. That's a total hoax. It's all being dropped. It's all been discredited. It's been dropped. There are those people that said, and this would be the first time in history, that all of those fake indictments, they were going after a political opponent. There are those that say that I actually did better in the election because of it. Now, that would be a first. I think you would agree, because normally that's like, you go back to the microphones, you say, I'm leaving right now, I will leave office, I'm going back to my family, and I will fight for my name. Well, I had to fight for my name in public because I didn't leave office. But no, I didn't want to pardon, and I didn't want to pardon myself. I had the option to pardon myself.
And you don't want one now? You're not going to pardon yourself now?
What do I need one for? First of all, I've won almost all of the cases.
What if
And
President
the ones that I
Biden...
didn't win are on resuscitation.
What if President Biden offered you a pardon? Would you accept it?
I've never even thought about it. I don't think he'll do it. Look, if he did, he's the one that started this whole thing. He got the Justice Department. Cases are all being run by the Justice Department. They had their people from the Justice Department work for Alvin Bragg in order to get something going. They worked for Letitia James in the state. He had his people go from the federal government and take lesser jobs in the state in order to get done.
And you know he denies he had anything to do with it.
No,
and
you can't deny it. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they were there. Wait a minute. Wait. You have a tendency to sort of like slough over things. You just made a statement. His person, the top, maybe the third or second or third person, left the federal government, the DOJ, and went to work for Letitia James. And then, after they got that one started, went to work for the DA.
Let me ask you about some of this new reporting. NBC News is reporting that President Biden is considering giving preemptive pardons to the likes of Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, and Anthony Fauci. If President Biden doesn't issue those pardons, do you think they are going to wish that he had? Are they going to be pursued?
I can tell you this about Cheney, and she's a so-called Republican. I think she hurt the Democrats terribly. When I saw that Kamala put Cheney out on the campaign trail, I said, that's the end of Kamala. I really did. I thought it was a terrible move, especially if you're a Democrat. But Cheney did something that's inexcusable, along with Thompson and the people on the Unselect Committee of political thugs and, creeps. So the Unselect Committee went through a year and a half of testimony. Wait. They deleted and destroyed all evidence of that they found. You know why? Because Nancy Pelosi was guilty. Nancy Pelosi turned down 10,000 troops. You wouldn't have had a J6 because other people were guilty. The people said that I attacked 2 Secret Service agents in a car. I grabbed one around the neck. I was then rebuffed, and I grabbed the other one. These are 2 of the best men anywhere on the planet. They happen to be slightly younger than me, maybe, just a little bit. Let me just tell you. They testified. They said it was total. And all of this stuff came out. People lied so badly. Now, listen, this was a committee, a big deal. They lied. And what did they do? They deleted and destroyed a whole year and a half worth of testimony. Do you know that I think those people committed a major crime. And Cheney was behind it. And so was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee.
For what
they did, honestly, they should go to jail.
So you think Liz Cheney should go to jail?
For what?
Everyone on the committee, you
I
think?
think anybody that voted in
Are you
favor,
going to direct your FBI director?
No. That they'll have to look at that, but I'm not going to. I'm drill, baby, drill.
When you say that, it
Strengthen
carries
the-
weight, though. You know, you've tapped these people to lead the Justice Department and FBI.
They can do whatever they want.
Okay.
Biden can give him a pardon if he wants to, and maybe he should. Just remember, unselect committee, a year and a half of sworn testimony, and after getting all of the testimony, they deleted it. Wait. And they destroyed almost everything. There's nothing left. It's unprecedented.
And they deny
If you
doing
do that in a civil case,
Yeah.
you go to jail.
You know they deny doing that, and officials say that the order never came in for
They
the
put
National
out
Guard.
a
But
statement.
on January 6th, let me ask you this about January 6th.
Benny
You're gonna wanna
Thompson
answer
wrote
this.
in a statement that he has destroyed
Yeah.
all evidence.
Let me ask you this about
It's
January
amazing.
6th.
I wish you could be if you know, you have such potential. If you could be just non-biased, you hurt yourself so badly. I'm telling you, they deleted and destroyed all the evidence. Everyone knows it. And you slough it off like it doesn't mean anything.
No, I'm
If
just
I
saying
did
they
it-
deny it. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, if I did it, you would be standing up in that.
You're not a child, you're a man. So stop wearing so many layers and go outside. And get the bearskin tactical hoodie 4.0, the 10-pocket
In that chair shouting at me, and you know what I'd do? I'd say, "You got me." They have done something so illegal. They have a committee sworn to, and because it was so bad, the only reason they did it is because the testimony turned out to be in favor of me. Like Secret Service testified and disputed everything. It made them into a bunch of liars. Not Secret Service, it made the people. They got rid made Nancy Pelosi, the mayor of D.C., so many people look like criminals. And I will tell you, it's illegal for them to delete and to destroy that evidence.
Let me ask you about January 6th in a different capacity, okay? I think you're going to want to answer this question. You promised to pardon those who attacked the Capitol on January 6th. Are you still vowing to follow through with that promise?
We're looking at it right now, most likely, yeah.
Well,
Those people have suffered long and hard, and there may be some exceptions to it. I have to look. But, if somebody was radical, crazy, there might be some people from Antifa there. I don't know, because those people seem to be in good shape. Whatever happened to Scaffold Man? You know who Scaffold Man was? He stood on a scaffold telling everybody to go and nothing happened to him. Whatever happened to Ray Epps? Now, I don't know anything about Ray Epps, but it was sort of strange the way he was talking. Where is he? What happened to him? Because the people that did very little, they arrested an old woman because I don't think she did anything. They don't even know what she did. These people have suffered. Their lives have been
YouTube, I got to pause this for a minute, then I'm going to let it play. I have to let this ride, man. Listen, guys, Donald Trump's supposed to be on here this morning sharing to us, the American peoples, about his plans for us making changes in America. And this female, I don't know who she is, but she's sitting up there trying to contest everything Donald Trump is saying, like she's trying to get into a verbal confrontation with the president of the United States of America. You know what that lets me know right there? She one of the people that don't like the fact that Donald Trump president. That's exactly what she is displaying right now. That is cowardly acting that she got going on, bro. And that don't make no sense. But you know what? I support everything President Donald Trump is saying. When Donald Trump said he don't care if the kids was born in America, if your parents was illegal, then guess what? Y'all going together. Either you going to go together with your family or you going to dip and you going to leave them over here. However it goes, I support everything that President Donald Trump is saying. And the reason why they've been trying to silence this man, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and everybody else, because the man got a lot of dirt on him, bro. That's what I'm telling y'all. President Trump has a lot of dirt on them Democrats. And they knew, boy, if Donald Trump got in that office, man, this man was going to do a whole lot of exposing. And that's what the president is doing now, man. But I ain't going to hold you. Y'all see what's going on. Donald Trump up there casually, cool, calm, collected, sharing to us, the plans, the things that he's talking about doing for us, man. Cut taxes. Did y'all hear what Donald Trump just say about those prices, man? How they went triple time, bro? This is all a part of this Democrat administration we are finna get over once and for all, bro. This is what Kamala Harris and crooked Joe Biden had going on. This is not something that created. This is not something that Donald Trump envisioned when he was in office back in 2016. You know just as well as I know, we weren't dealing with no inflation. It went at this magnitude that it is now. And I don't care if anybody in the chat might want to say something different. I know and understand it was not at this magnitude, bro. So now Donald Trump is on here explaining his plans for day one when he take office. But you got a female reporter up there wants to contest everything that this man's saying. Man, y'all double tap the stream for the win. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Trump train bottom of the hour. I'm trying to go find me a car, bro. But I'm on live with y'all this morning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on here for a reason, man. Because we're getting closer to January the 6th. January the 6th is right around the corner. Y'all playing with it. Don't you know what's finna go down? And see those illegal immigrants, they scared right now. New York, Chicago, big cities like that, where they done flooded and took over. Trump say, no, sir. I'm finna kill that. You finna go back where you rightfully belong. And if you want to come over here, Trump say you're going to have to do it the right way. See, Kamala Harris's whole plan folded in front of her. You know what I'm saying? The whole plan was to allow these peoples in here so they can vote. But we shut that down. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Trump train top of the hour. Double tap the stream for the win. Appreciate the $2 super chat. Let's get back into this video, man. Let's get back into this because this is getting interesting. But what I want y'all to do is pay close attention to this lady. Listen at her. Pay close attention to her, man. Pay close attention. Baghdad, what's going on? Rick, what's going on? Pay close attention so you don't miss nothing.
And yet in Portland, where they burn down half the city, they burn it down all the time. You know, routine occurrence. They don't do anything. They attacked the courthouse, federal courthouse. You know, they say federal building. Okay. They destroyed the beautiful limestone exterior of the courthouse in Portland. They killed people in Portland. Seattle, people got killed in Seattle. Seattle, they took over a big chunk of the city. They took it over. They took the city away. Minneapolis, it looked like when they said this is a friendly protest, and yet over the poor slob from CNN, his shoulder, the entire city was burning down. It looked like World War II. Nothing happened. But wait, nothing happened. They took over the police statement. They took over the police station in Minneapolis. They burned it down. Nothing happened to anybody. And yet these people have been in jail, and I hear that jail is a hellhole. They've done reports, and you would say that's true. They've done reports. This is the most disgusting, filthy place. These people are living in hell. And I think it's very unfair. Most likely, I'll do it very quickly.
Very quickly. Okay, but some of them, 169 of them, have pleaded guilty to assaulting police officers.
Because they had no choice.
900 pleaded guilty to other crimes. They're also going to be eligible for a pardon from you?
Listen, it's a very tough system. Do you know almost nobody? I saw people that didn't even go into the building and they were convicted. And you had the police saying, come on in, come on in. I mean, you know, the police are saying, come on in, everybody, come on in. They had people, you know, you have a lot of cameras. They don't want to release the tapes. They don't want to release the tapes.
So, but you're going to consider pardoning even those who pleaded guilty to crimes, including assaulting police officers?
Sometimes they say, here's your choice.
You're not ruling it out?
Look, I know the system. The system's a very corrupt system. They said to a guy, you're going to go to jail for 2 years or for 30 years. And these guys are looking, their whole lives have been destroyed. For 2 years they've been destroyed. But the system is a very nasty system.
Okay.
I'm going to look at everything. We're going to look at individual cases, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to be acting very quickly.
Within your first 100 days, first day?
First day.
First day?
Yeah, I'm looking first day.
Issue these pardons.
These people have been there, how long is it? 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
You know, by the way, they've been in there for years. And they're in a filthy, disgusting place that shouldn't even be allowed to be open.
Let's talk about your cabinet picks. I know we started off talking about Pete Hegseth, but I just want to return to that very quickly. Have you gotten assurances from senators that he's going to be confirmed? Do you
No.
think he can make it?
No, I think you will, yeah. I've had a lot of senators call me up saying he's fantastic.
You don't drink yourself.
No.
You've talked about how devastating drinking can be.
No.
How concerned are you that the person who you picked for this top job at the Defense Department, at least according to those who've worked with him, has struggled with drinking?
But I've spoken to people that know him very well, and they say he does not have a drinking problem. And, he had a lot of knives out for him. A lot of people don't want to see the military made better.
Let me ask you about former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. You picked her to be the Director of National Intelligence.
Right.
In 2017, she had two secret meetings with Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad. Do you have questions or concerns about those meetings?
No, and he's got bigger problems right now.
Well, do you think it makes
His
it
country's-
hard for her?
His country is
Yeah,
collapsed.
I mean, do you think it compromises her
Look,
ability to
I met
handle
with
that?
Putin. I met with President Xi of China. I met with Kim Jong-un twice. Does that
When
mean
you were
that I can't be
president.
president?
Well, when you were president, they weren't
No,
secret
but look,
meetings.
people meet, all these people meet. I mean, I see some of the most dishonest people. I'll tell you, the 51 agents that said that the laptop wasn't from Hunter, it was from Russia. What about them? Tell me about them. Do you think they did something wrong? Do you think they were all so stupid that they thought that the laptop from hell?
So you have confidence in Tulsi Gabbard?
I do. As soon as she's a very respected person.
Let me ask you about RFK Jr. He has obviously talked about his skepticism of vaccines. He's expressed opposition to childhood vaccines. Do you want to see childhood vaccines eliminated?
If they're dangerous for the children. Look,
So possibly?
when you look at some of the problems, when you look at what's going on with disease and sickness in our country, something's wrong.
Are you talking about autism?
Well, if you take a look at autism, you go back 25 years, autism was almost non-existent. It was, 1 out of 100,000, and now it's close to 1 out of 100.
Well,
I mean, what's happening? If they can find it. Now, I did something the other night that was a little unusual. At Mar-a-Lago, I called the drug companies, the top drug companies, and I called RFK Jr. and Dr. Oz and some of his people. And I said, let's all get together and let's figure out where we're going. Because we're going to do a lot of things. Number one, we're going to reduce prices because the middleman makes more money than the drug companies, in all fairness to the drug companies. There's a middleman that nobody even knows who they are. And you look at our drug prices, they're much higher than the prices for the same medicine, for the same stuff. So we met, and we met for a long time, and we talked about pricing, and we talked about vaccines, in terms of what happens. We talked about pesticides. We talked about everything. And I think a lot of good things are going to come from him. And he's not going to upset any system. He's not going to upset the system. He's not looking to, to reinvent the wheel totally. But when you look at the numbers, we really don't have a very healthy country.
well, sir, going back 25 years, studies show that there is no link between vaccines and autism. And yet it sounds like you are open to the possibility of him looking
I'm
at
open to
getting rid of
anything. I
them.
think somebody has to find out. If you go back 25 years ago, you had very little autism. Now you have it. I mean,
Well, they say because they're better at identifying it.
1 in 100,000, and now it's 1 in 100. That's a pretty bad number.
Childhood vaccines.
I mean, something is going on. I don't know if it's vaccines. Maybe it's chlorine in the water, right? People are looking at a lot of different things.
Childhood vaccines.
I want them to look at everything.
Everything. So childhood vaccines have prevented about 4 million deaths around the world every year.
I think that's
So
great.
isn't that-
I'm all for it. I think it's good. Hey, look, I'm not against vaccines. The polio vaccine is the greatest thing. If somebody told me get rid of the polio vaccine, they're going to have to work real hard to convince me. I think certain vaccines are incredible. But maybe some aren't. And if they aren't, we have to find out. But when you talk about autism, because it was brought up, and you look at the amount we have today versus 20 or 25 years ago, it's pretty scary.
Well, again, scientists say that's because they've gotten better at
I think
identifying it, and there's no link in
But
studies.
the drug
so-
companies are going to be working with RFK Jr. and he's been an interesting guy to me. I've watched him for 25 years, and he's been an interesting guy.
Let's talk about Elon Musk, another interesting person.
Very interesting.
Last month, one of your behaving as if he's a co-president. Will
Living with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis often means spending hours at an infusion center.
Will you favor Elon Musk over other leaders of competitor companies like Jeff Bezos, Mary Barra?
Don't Jeff Bezos call me, we're having dinner. Mark Zuckerberg came in, we had a really nice dinner. He asked to have dinner, I had dinner with him. I'm having dinner with everybody. People like me now. You know, it's something going on that people, I said, would you have come to dinner with me if I lost? I think the answer is no. You know, I said nicely, kiddingly, of course, because I don't want to sound foolish. But I say jokingly, would you have been here at dinner? I lost. And the answer was probably not. Look, I'm getting called by everybody. It's very interesting. It's different than the first. You know, when I won the first time, I wasn't nearly as popular as this. And one thing that's very important in terms of the election, I love that I won the popular vote, and by a lot. If I did,
1.6%.
because they would go with the other one. They say, while he didn't win the popular vote, he won a lot of. You know, I won a lot of the electoral college, but they would always preface it by saying, now they say he won the popular vote and he won the electoral college and he won all 7 swing states. That was a great election.
Very quickly, because we're going to talk about the election coming up, but you've tapped Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, to head up this Department of Government Efficiency.
Correct.
Which proposes cuts to the federal government. I think a lot of people hear that and they get concerned about Medicare and Social Security and
Not about
Medicaid
anything to do.
and defense spending. You won't touch Medicare, Social Security. Okay.
No, I said to people, we're not touching Social Security, other than we make it more efficient, but the people are going to get what they get.
Okay, so the entitlements
And
off the table.
And we're not raising ages or any of that stuff.
Okay, off the
I
table.
won't do it.
Okay, let's turn to foreign policy. Should Ukraine prepare for less aid from the United States after you're sworn into office?
Yeah, probably. Sure.
You've said you can end the war in
We're in for
24
350 billion, and Europe is in for 100 billion. Why isn't Europe in for the same as us? The one thing that should happen is that Europe should come in they should equalize. And, you know, Biden, all he had to do, like I did with NATO, I said, you got to pay your bills. They weren't paying their bills. And as you know, the Secretary General said, President Trump got 600 billion, now 640 to be exact. And I used to use the 400 billion number. He corrected me. He said, no, you actually got $641 billion put in. Because I said you have to pay your bills. We were paying for NATO. I got the money because I asked for it. It wasn't that complicated. A fraction, and with Russia, is more important for Europe than it is for us. It's important for everybody, but it's more important for Europe than it is for us.
And you've said
we have a little thing called an ocean in between us.
You said you can end the war in 24 hours. You've even said you want to try to end it before you're sworn
Well,
into office.
I'm trying to end it
You're
if I
actively
can.
trying to?
I am.
Have you talked to President Putin?
No, I have not.
You haven't talked to President Putin
No, I have
since
not.
you've been elected?
No.
Man, let's get out here and talk about this, man. I got to talk about this here, man. I done had enough of that disrespecting ass lady, man. I don't know about y'all. I don't know if y'all cool with what y'all hearing or whatever, man. But I done had enough of this disrespecting ass lady. We need to talk about this, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. We got to talk about this disrespect for I'm talking about, man. What I'm saying is, guys, you would think peoples will be happy and content for President Trump. You know what I'm saying? You know, given all the stuff the man had to overcome, we talking about the numerous assassination attempts. We talking about the bogus felony charges. We talking about, you know what I'm saying, name being ridiculed all up in the media. We talking about all of that. You feel me? That's what we talking about. But let me turn this off for a minute. Donald Trump this morning, right? Listen at me, guys. Especially, and let me put my hater blockers on. Let me go ahead and throw them on ASAP, because I already know what time it is. I know I got to put my hater blockers on this morning, boy. Self-conscious, on here talking about President Trump. And shit, a black man talking about supporting the white man. Boy, I know I got to put them hater blockers on ASAP, boy. Yeah, I got them on. So listen, guys, this is what I'm saying right here, right? Instead of this lady saying President Trump, letting him know, you know, you made history, you know, job well done, We looking forward to you carrying out whatever you're going to carry out to make this country great again. She ain't saying none of that. It's like she sounds more like Kamala Harris to me, bro. Someone that's a sore loser, someone that can't accept the fact that the people wanted Trump and not her in office. And so now you got these people like this. I don't know if she ain't black. This lady that's interviewing Donald Trump, she's not black and she's not white. No, I don't know what she is. But what I can say is she's a Kamala Harris supporter. And guys, it's so important that y'all pay attention to what the President Trump was saying. I played that for a reason, bro. I ran the video for a reason because I want y'all to hear everything that President Trump said he was going to do leading up to this election, becoming president. He's still talking about it right now. He ain't switched up. It's still the same. So how can anybody out there sit here and say, oh, he just said all of that right there just so the people can vote for him again? No, that's not true, bro. The man just broke down. He said about the did y'all hear that lady bring up the Project 2025? Why? Hold on. Time out. Calm down, self-conscious. What business does she have? What nerves does she have to question President Trump about a Project 2025? I don't hear nobody out there, man. Come on, man. That whole debate, man, that whole interview was to try to get President Trump on national TV and say, well, Rural, I told y'all he was lying. He's not going to do this. He's not going to do that. Come on, man. We locked in. And I hate this. I hate to say what I'm going to say, bro. But I'm going to say it anyway. President Trump sending these people back. That's what we need. That's what we need. They got to go. They got to get the hell up out of here, bro. You came over here illegally and you just got to simply get the fuck on up out of here. So I support, basically what I'm saying, I support everything that Donald J. Trump is finna implement. All of his day one intentions, what he's gonna do, I support everything. And I can't wait. Because America needs to be cleaned up, bro. It's too much stuff going on in this country. Double tap that screen, guys. Come on, get them likes up. On the count of 3, let's power tap together. If you's a true Donald Trump supporter, you rocking with this Trump train, man, top of the hour. On the count of 3, let's double tap together. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Tap. Tap, tap, tap. I'm tapping with you. Let's go. Tap with me. Don't leave me hanging, man. Tap that screen with me. Come on, guys. Where y'all at? This Trump train, top of the hour. What we talking about? Donald Trump making America great again. MAGA. I told y'all he was going to win. I told y'all he was going to win. So it's not a coincidence while I don't have a lot of these moronic Democrats on my live, these trolls or whatever, because they can't accept the fact that Trump won and I was right about Donald Trump winning. Come on, let's go. Tap the screen, guys. We almost at 50 likes. Let's go. Let's go. Double tap. We at 47. Come on, I'm tapping with y'all. Y'all see I'm tapping now. I can't make it up. Y'all see what I'm doing right now. I'm tapping the screen. So I need y'all to tap with me. Come on now. Let's go. Tap with me. Tap with me. My hand's getting tired, but I'm still tapping. I'm still tapping with you. I ain't faking with it. I ain't playing with it. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen, guys. Come on, let's go. Tap. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. Let's go. Tap with me. Show me some love, man. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap. I had to put the hater blockers on for the haters this morning, too. Let's go. Tap. We've been on live an hour and some change, bro. Let's go, man. Let me turn this car off. Let me get back to tapping. Let's see if we can hit that 100 likes real fast. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. Come on, guys. Oh, man, I got to put some air in my tire and everything, but I'm sitting here in the damn truck cold as I don't know what, double tapping the screen. Because whether y'all like it or not, Donald Trump is your president of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stand, one nation, under God, individual, with liberty and justice for all. That's what we finna get. Donald Trump finna get justice to all, bro. Let's go, man. Double tap that screen, guys. Come on. Come on. Tap, 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 tap. Damn, my arm getting tired. But let me switch up. Let me switch up sides. I'm still tapping. Come on, guys. I'm switching up. Tap with me. Come on, tap with me, man. Tap. Tap, tap, tap. That's right here, our president, Elliot. You already know what time it is. And guys, y'all have been slacking on the super chats and the super thanks, man. Come on now, don't forget about that. Y'all still got to support me as a creator and the channel, bro. That's how the channel grow. Come on, man. Support the channel. Super chat, super thanks. Let's go. Show me you appreciate me on here, bro. Come on, 58 likes. Come on, man. Let's get them likes up, guys. Let's get them likes up. Come on. Come on, man. My damn arm tired, my neck tired. That 100 from me and $2 for respect. That's 100 from me and $2 for respect. You sent me $100, Terry. You sent me $100. I appreciate that, bro. I respect the $2 too. Okay, Baghdad. About time, man. About time. About time. I thought y'all had forgot about my super chat and my super thanks up there open. Double tap the stream, guys. Come on. Come on, man. Let's get them likes up, man. Come on, man. I got to put some air in my tire, guys. Hold on. I'm not going nowhere. Let me put some damn air in my tire. I got to go in here and get some quarters. I ain't got no damn quarters. Come on, guys. Keep double tapping that stream, man. Y'all hold me down. Appreciate the 100 taps. That's love. I appreciate the 100 taps. Ain't nothing but love, baby. Appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate the 100 taps. Yeah, I definitely appreciate the 100 taps. Hey, Terry, you can stop tapping, homie. You can stop tapping. I'm just trying to see how many Donald Trump supporters I have in here, man. Let me get some quarters, man. Spend my last $2 to get me some quarters to put some air in my tire. Y'all hold on 1 second. All right, guys, let's go. Double tap. Terry, appreciate the $2, man. I appreciate that. Ain't nothing but love, baby. Yeah, keep tapping the stream, man. Let's get them likes up. We close to 100 likes, man. Trump train top of the hour. I'm not done. I'm not going nowhere. I need y'all to keep hitting that like button, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment, turn on all post notification bells. Tell a friend to let a friend know your boy self-conscious, fresh and he back. I'm on live right now. Tell your friends self-conscious on live right now talking this shh in a good way and in a bad way for the Democrats. Let's go, guys. We got, what, $6.21? Cash App is paying now. The Cash App is down in the poll. Y'all show me some love, baby. Come on, guys. Double tap that stream, man. Get them likes up, man. We need 37 more likes for the 100, bro. Can we get 37 more likes? You'll fight for Ireland's independence? I'm with you, Baghdad. We gonna fight together, baby. We gonna do this thing together. We gonna fight together. Yeah, we gonna fight together. United country, much appreciated. You already know. But I'm trying to figure out why this damn lady, instead of her interviewing Donald Trump, why is she up there trying to question the president, talking all that nonsense and foolishness? Come on, man. Let me put the cap back on my damn tire and get back on here. Double tap that stream for the win, guys. Let's get them likes up, man. That's right. That's right, Elliot. You already know, man. Hey, that's how it's gotta be, man. We gotta work as a team, bro. We gotta work as a team, man, because from the beginning, I told y'all when I started this journey, I told y'all what we needed. We needed change. We needed somebody like President Donald Trump in office that was gonna make some huge changes. And now we got that. But you have a lot of people that just can't accept it, man. A lot of haters, man. Let's go. Let's get them likes up. Let's go. Double tap with me, man. My arm's sore just like yours. John F. Kennedy is from my country in Ireland. Okay, that's what's up. Oh, Terry, you from Ireland. Oh, that's cool, bro. Who believe Trump is about to make changes day one? I got a question and an answer up there. How are these egg prices going? Shit, crazy. Shit, crazy. Double tap that stream, guys. Let's get them likes up. I got to get back in the algorithm, bro. Let's go. And if I have any kids watching my video, say no to cigarettes, say no to drugs, say no to gang activity. Stay in school, get your degree, pursue, and do what you do best. And that's your word for the day for the kids. Come on, guys. Double tap. Let's go. Let's go, man. Double tap that stream. Keep that energy when reality hits your ignorance. Melvin James, you can say what you want to say. Don't block him. Don't block him. Appreciate the $2, Terry. Whatever y'all do, do not block those idiots. DeMarcus Moss, you sent a cash out. Let me check it out real fast. I appreciate that $20, bro. Appreciate the $20 cash app, and I appreciate that $10 cash app as well, man. I ain't nothing but love, guys. That's $30. That's $70 more in cash app. I can go to Walmart. I can get me some fishing stuff, and I can go fishing today. Let's go, guys. Look at the veterans. Look at the veterans, guys. Look at the veterans. Look at the veterans. Let me see if I can blow it up. Oh, shit, I missed it. I missed it, man. We got veterans out here, man. We got veterans just pulling up out here. I'm trying to get in with this thing today, guys. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. I'm trying to get in with this thing today, man. I need y'all to come through. I need y'all to come through, man. Drop them cash outs. Appreciate you too, Terry. I appreciate all y'all guys this morning on my live stream. I really do. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all. You in the service? Okay. Yeah, he said he in the service, man. Yeah, man. We got to listen. Did y'all see what Donald Trump did, man? Donald Trump went out on the streets and seen a whole bunch of homeless veterans, man. Y'all seen what he did? He showed them some love. He broke bread with them, man. The man broke bread with the homeless. You loving that? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. That's a picture of Jesus on the cross. I appreciate that. Ain't nothing but love, baby. Come on, guys. Y'all help me out, man. Drop them cash apps on me, man. Y'all know I ain't asked nobody for a cash app in a long time. You know what I'm saying? I need some love. I need some love, and I need y'all to double tap that stream for President Donald Trump, man. Because without Donald Trump, America would have been fucked up for another 4 years had we not won. And I told y'all, all you haters out there, all you Democrats, y'all want to report my channel. Y'all want to report my platform. Y'all want to talk about me, say this and say that. At the end of the day, guess what? I told you so. I told you Donald Trump was going to win. DeMarcus, I'm a Roman Catholic. Respect, bro. Nothing but love, Terry. Yeah, somebody, yeah, $30 in cash apps and all. I did get that. I got a 20 and a 10. I got a 20 and a 10. Y'all can hit me with about 70 more. That'll help me out a whole lot. Y'all just don't even know. It's gonna help us out. Cause see, I'm gonna tell you right now. And listen at me, right? Listen at me good. Don't miss out what I'm finna say. Right? And I'm not directing this towards nobody, but I'm self-conscious, aka self-con, the messenger. Finna hit y'all up on game. I'm finna put y'all up on game. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all what's going on. I gotta get me some transportation, man. Oh yeah, we going fishing today if I get enough money to go buy. That's right. That's right. That's right. I am the messenger for President Trump. How tight regards cash are you? What you mean about that, Mr. Hayes? Yeah, because it's a nice day today, man. It's a beautiful day today, and I'm trying to get out, guys, and go get them. I'm trying to go get them crappies, man, and I'm live streaming. I'm not going to do no pre-recorded video. I'm going to literally actually go live. I'm going to actually go live. That's right. I'm going live today. Trump train, top of the hour. How much? $70, man. I need $70, big dog. That's it. I need $70. And boy, look at here. Trump train, top of the hour. That super chat ain't but $8.31, man. We ain't making no money, bro. I got to grow this channel. I got to get this channel back. I done had so many people hating, reporting me and all kind of shit, man. It's crazy, bro. It is what it is. But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm happy and content with the fact that I know Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America. Apollo, get yourself a job. I got a job. I got one. I'm just off today. I'm off today. I have a job, brother. I got to go find my girlfriend a car, man, to try to make the attempt to do it. Yeah, because she does home health care. We can't share one vehicle. And this one right here about to go out on me, so I'm going to need me another one. It is what it is, man. I ain't complaining, though. I ain't complaining. This Trump train, man, top of the hour, man. I'm loving this right here. Anytime I get the opportunity to come on here and express my gratitude and talk about President Trump, man, it's a blessing. Because Trump is all that we got, bro. Listen, if Donald Trump wouldn't have won that election, we was going to be fucked like Chuck, bro. I'm telling y'all that now. We was going to be in a bad situation. Y'all know it. But I got a lot of people that's hating, mad, because of the fact of me doing that. A lot of black people don't like the fact that I've been on here promoting and Donald Trump for president. It's all good, though. I don't care about no color. Color never was an issue nor a factor to me. I don't care about color. Period. Point blank. At all. End of the discussion. It is what it is. I voted for Donald Trump, and if I had to do it all over again, guess what? I'd do it again. I'd probably go even harder. Yeah, I would probably go even harder if that's the case. I'm not changing up or switching up. I support Donald Trump. I support white man. Bottom line. Because Kamala Harrison, she wasn't going to do shit for America. But fuck us up for another 4 years. Who else I'm going to support? J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance. You got another question? I'll give you another answer. Trump, J.D. Vance, and the whole entire Republican Party. And by the way, for the ones that don't know, y'all do know that the Republicans, we controlling the House right now, right? Y'all do know that, don't you? Huh? Still have a tan from July? Oh, snaps. That's cool. That's dope. Trump for the win, baby. Trump for the win. Boy, we got a lot of motherfucking Trump haters out this motherfucker here nowadays, boy. A lot of Trump haters, bro. We got a lot of Donald Trump haters. I ain't even gonna tell you no lie. A lot of Donald Trump haters. It's okay, though. It's all good. You say I mean nothing to Trump? What you mean about that? What you mean about that? Talk to me. Let me run in here and get this paper, and I'll be right back. Not even 2 minutes. All right, guys, I apologize for that. I'm back. I'm about to get ready to end this live video. Chris, what you were on about? Effort. He wouldn't give you or me the time of day we're to leave. Man, what you mean about that? Man, listen. That man ain't obligated to give us nothing personally. All we want him to do is get the country straight. Well, that's what I want. I'm an American. I just want him to get our country back right. That's all I want. I don't know what y'all talking about. Get the country back where it needs to be at, bro. By all means necessary. You feel me? That part. And we're gonna go from there. We're gonna rock from there, man. You know what I'm saying? Can I get 6 more likes before I end my live stream, please? 6 more likes. Hold on, let me get my hat back right. Can I get 6 likes before I end my live stream? What's up, Drew? Ain't nothing. Chilling, cooling. Trying to keep a cool head and stay out the news head, that part. What's good with you? What's good with you, Drew? Okay, 71. Let me get 4 more likes. Let me get 4 more likes and I end my live stream so I can end my live stream. I might just go to Walmart. Y'all want me to go to Walmart and do a video? Y'all want me to go to Walmart and do a video? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Oh, y'all want Walmart? Y'all want that Walmart video? Y'all can get it. Get them likes up for me. I definitely give it to you. I give you a Walmart video today and a fishing video. Soon as I get back from going down here to look at one of these cars, man, my partner own a car lot, man, and go down here and see if he can look out for me, man, and, you know, help me out a little bit. It ain't like I want it, I need it. You know what I'm saying? So 3 more likes, guys. You said a Walmart video is hilarious. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you wholeheartedly. That part. Got that disability check in the mail, Bob. Hell yeah, a lot of people get them disability check. One more like, guys. That real work for you is just getting up, going outside. Oh. Come on, guys. Double tap that stream for the win, baby. You going Looney Drew? Yeah, hit me with a super chat. Hit me with something then, Drew. Hit your boy with something. Come on, guys. Double tap the stream with me. Let's go. Tap, 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 tap. Let go. Tap. Tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap. Damn, my arm tired already, boy, but I'm still tapping. Tap, 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 tap. To tap, tap, tap. To tap, tap, tap. To tap, tap, tap. Let's go. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm about to end this live stream. Y'all stay tuned, stay locked in. Know and understand that President Trump loves you. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise about our president. Our president loves each and every one of us. We got some peoples out there that may think different, but it's okay. Oh yeah, I'll be back soon, man. I'm coming back today. I'm coming back a couple of times. Walmart, from the fishing pond, but I gotta take care of some business, man. I gotta try to see if I can locate my girl a car, man. It's getting hard right now paying all the bills by yourself. So y'all stay tuned. All right, guys. I